welcome to today's video. I'll be basically talking about my pregnancy journey, which I can't say was challenging. I think it was okay because it was a planned pregnancy, so we actually expected the pregnancy. We were actually looking for a child, so it wasn't a surprise to us. And I actually knew that I was pregnant in the very first weeks of the pregnancy, since I kept on checking actually each and every month. So I kept on testing. So I knew I was pregnant when I was actually, I think, around actually 3 weeks. Yeah. So I waited until I was around 8 weeks. That's when I started my prenatal clinics. I actually started them quite early, which is very recommended, because you get to nurture your baby while he or she is still in the womb properly, giving her or him the proper nutrition and the proper care that he or she needs or requires. So the very first 3 months, which is the first trimester, I experienced, I can say I experienced cravings and all that kind of things, but there were some specific foods that I couldn't cope with, like very spicy foods, and sometimes frying onions. Like ningesikia mtu anafry vitunguu and I'm like, oh my god, frying onions and eggs. I couldn't stand eggs, and I couldn't stand someone frying vitunguu. Those are, I think, some of the things that I say I hated. And I also hated perfume, like strong perfumes. So yeah, I didn't really crave mawe or mchanga or such things. I didn't wake my husband in the middle of the night to bring petrol for me to smell. I didn't wake my husband in the middle of the night to bring me duster to smell. I didn't do that. So it was quite a smooth pregnancy. So it went on until I got my maternity leave 1 month, 3 weeks before my delivery date. So I got enough time to do baby shopping and, you know, last minute preparations and all that. So until the very last minute, I can say I was pretty active. I could do everything by myself, because at that particular time I didn't have a nanny, and my husband is usually quite busy, so I was doing most of the things alone. And I can say they were overwhelming, because I started shopping very early. I could do bits them. I did my baby shopping in bits, so it really helped me, because it wasn't hectic. So yeah, by the time I was 37 weeks, I think I was done with my baby shopping, and I was just getting ready psychologically for birth. Now it came to now the labor week, or rather my due week. And I got my baby 2 days to my due date. And that day I woke up normally. I made breakfast, I cleaned, I did a lot of things on that particular day, because I wasn't feeling, pain I wasn't really, I couldn't tell whether it was labor, because the very last days, if you're pregnant, you can attest to this. The very first, I mean, the very last days of your pregnancy, you tend to have pains in your abdomen, and some discharge and all those kind of stuff, which is actually very normal, because it's now the baby preparing to, get into the pelvic and to the birth canal. Basically, it's the baby getting ready to, to be born. So you will experience such things. So I woke up and I was feeling a bit of pain, kidogo pain on my abdomen, and I figured it's normal. So I continued with my day-to-day whatever stuff. So it reached around 10 a.m. in the morning, when I now started feeling like the pain started now escalating, and it came into beats. There were intervals in between, the pain in the abdomen. So I started asking myself, hey, kwani these are contractions or what? Because now the pain is not, ile continuous pain. Now I'm experiencing pain in bits. Inakuja, alafu after a while inaenda inaenda ikirudi, basically. So I called my hubby, and I told him that I'm feeling this and this and this. Now we called our doctor, and he said that they might be contractions. They might be contractions, or they might be forced contractions. So he just told me to, monitor the contractions, and I'll let him know if anything changes. So that is exactly what I did. But I wasn't in like a lot of pain. It was like moderate pain, until now, around 5 to 6 p.m. now, when now the pain was, intense pain. And now my hubby is home. He's already home, and I told him that I think we need to go to the hospital. I had already packed my bags. I packed my bags, I think, on during my 39th week. Yeah, 39th week, I had already packed my bags. So my bags were ready, and at around 7 p.m. we set out to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, and I got in to be checked, I was 7 centimeters dilated. You can imagine. And I wasn't feeling like, there is intense pain. If you've gone through labor, there are categories of pain. There is intense pain, and then there is intense, like crazy intense pain. So I wasn't feeling that crazily intense pain, but I was feeling intense pain. So they checked me, and they told me that I'm 7 centimeters dilated, and I needed just like 2 hours, and I'll be ready to have my baby. And I was admitted to the labor ward, and my husband stayed with me. We stayed I think now from it was around 8 p.m. and now we stayed there. We stayed in the labor ward up to around 11:30. That's when the doctor came, and she checked me again, and she noticed that I was around 8.5 going to 9 centimeters dilated. So she told me she's giving me just 25 minutes, and I'll be able to have my baby. That is what happened. So I went back for the 45 minutes, and now I started feeling intense pain. In like pain inakuja after 2 seconds, it comes and then it goes. After 2 seconds, comes again, and then it goes after, like that. And it's intense pain, like crazy pain. I remember I was screaming like a mad woman. I was screaming. I think I don't know, I've never felt such pain in my whole life. And now it was time to, now deliver. And now the nurse came for me, and I was dressed and prepped for the delivery room. I went, and I pushed my baby. It wasn't it took, I think it took me like 10, 10 to 15 minutes, and I had already pushed my baby. And I gave birth to a very, very handsome and healthy 3.5 baby boy. And it was the most overwhelming and amazing thing that I've experienced in my whole life. And immediately you give birth, immediately like the baby comes out, you feel like there was a burden that was placed on your shoulders, and now it's now out. You feel a sigh of relief, and then you just see your baby being white and being dressed up, and there is nothing that can be compared to that joy. Now they take the baby now as you're being cleaned up. One nurse is cleaning me up, and the other one is now cleaning the baby. They go finish up. That is of course after they place your baby on the on your chest, and now you have skin to skin time with your baby, which is very, very important during the very first minutes of birth. It's very important for you to have skin to skin time with your baby. So after that, now they took the baby now to clean him up, and also another nurse was cleaning me up, and we all got dressed up and went to the ward. We stayed in the ward. Now we slept that day, and then the following day at around 10 p.m. we were discharged, and we came home. So my sister came actually that day, because she was among the people who came to pick me up from the hospital. So my sister was the one who was helping me out during that time after I gave birth. But now at the same time, I was looking for a nanny, because I knew now, of course, my sister will go back to her place. I was looking for a nanny, and I wasn't decided yet whether I wanted a sleeping nanny or rather a boarding nanny. And I opted for a day bag first before I could now settle on the boarding nanny decision. So yeah, don't mind if I look this way. My baby is sleeping right there. So yeah. I got a nanny, and when now it came time for my sister to go back home, I was set, because you need help, mommy. If you're new mom out there, please accept help from your relatives, from your nanny, from your husband. Please accept help, because there are some ladies who are very, very how can I call it, they don't accept help, or they think, or rather they perceive help from other people as if it's not enough. They are perfectionists. They want to do everything by themselves, but you need a lot of rest after coming, after giving birth. So accept help from people. and rest. Just rest, you know, rest, rest, rest. Sleep whenever you have the opportunity to sleep. Please sleep. When the baby sleeps, sleep, and do whatever you can, you know. Don't overwork, especially your back after giving birth. It becomes, you know, very fragile, and it may take a while before now your body, you know, goes back to its normal state. So you need a lot of care and you need a lot of rest. So you need to take lots and lots of rest. You also need to eat properly. You need a balanced diet, because now you are breastfeeding. And well, in case that is, if you are breastfeeding like me, I'm exclusively breastfeeding. So you need to take a balanced diet, which, you know, gives you and the baby nutrients. Because now if you don't take a balanced diet, now the baby might, you know, be nutrients insufficient, or you can be nutrients insufficient. So you need to ensure a balanced diet. And yeah, so now we are on the first month. Yes, we are on the first month. We are going on well, and I'm feeding my baby. I was doing most of the things for my baby myself. I could bath the baby, I could, you know, change him at times, but also my sister could help sometimes. But I spent a lot of time with my baby the first month, because I felt I needed to bond. We are still bonding. I feel like I'm still bonding with my baby, and I'm not ready to, you know, just give him out. Not okay, well, not really giving out, but leave someone else to, you know, like 100% take care of him. I feel like I need to, you know, bond with him a little bit more, with it, which is very normal and very acceptable, and this is what I want. So yeah, yeah, we are on our second month now, and we don't have a nanny. I don't have a nanny at this particular moment, because the nanny that I got is a bit old. She was, I think, she was going to her 30s. Yeah, she was in her early 30s. Well, I think she perceived herself like an old, well, older than me. So she didn't really take corrections from me. Whenever I corrected her, she would feel like, you know, I think she's not doing her work well or something. So I figured we cannot live together, and this is not a person that I am ready to actually leave my baby to when I go back to work. So I had to let her go, and now I am in the hunt of looking for a new one. But I am coping quite well, and that's nanny issue. I think it's a normal issue to, you know, moms. When you get into motherhood, you realize that nanny issues are normal issues, and you get used to nanny drama and all that. And yes, also I wanted to talk about your husband's health or your partner's health. Well, personally, I could feel very bad when now I have spent the whole day with the baby, and now when my husband comes, he's coming back home late, and he just, you know, showers, eats, and sleeps. He doesn't, you know, even hold the baby even for 1 hour for you to, you know, you need to be helped. And I experienced those feelings when now my sister went back home, and this nanny now had not, you know, reported to work. I stayed for like for like a week and a half without a nanny, and I had this. I was so stressed up. I felt like, I deserve, my husband should be there, should be, should be helping me and all that. But remember, your husband or your partner is busy. He needs to go out and, work. You cannot stay in the house, the two of you. So but I thank God for my partner, because whenever he gets the time, he actually helps me and he stays with the baby. Sometimes he comes from work early and holds the baby, and I could sleep for a while before now the baby needs to feed, or I need to change him or something like that. So I urge you guys, don't judge your partners wrongly. Please don't judge your partners wrongly. So now I want to speak to young mommies out there. If you are a young mom and it's you feel like you're overwhelmed and it's very hard for you, and there are people who actually feel overwhelmed by motherhood, because there are so much that you have no idea how to how to go about, and you have no clue on what to do. But hang in there, because I am a new mom. I didn't have any idea on what to do, on how to do things, but magically I can say it's God. You just find yourself doing things, you just find yourself knowing how to do something that you have never done in your whole life. But that is motherhood. It just flows, everything just flows, and everything gets better with time. So hang in there, it's gonna be okay. That's it for today's video. I hope it helps someone out there, it helps a new mom out there, and I'll definitely see you on my next video. Bye for now. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button, and if you are a returning subscriber, karibu sana. You're most welcome here, where we enjoy great and educative content, be it lifestyle, be it motherhood.